At around 14, I made it my goal to financially support my parents and lift some weight off their shoulders. 3 years later, I've made over $30,000 and I'm actually able to help them out to a nice extent. We might be actually making it out the hood, man. This journey was not smooth at all though. And if I could hop back in a time capsule and talk to my younger, dumber self who's working every day to achieve that dream, I would only tell him a couple of things so he can get there in a fraction of the time that it actually took me. And I might slap him for some of the things he did. To actually start revealing what I would tell my younger self, we need to go back to ground zero. The very first thing I would tell my younger self, who's making 0 Robux a month right now, is to simply pick an industry and stick to that one. Don't stick to one side hustle or even niche, but industry. Let me cook something up here. I used to be a video game addicted, fat, lazy kid who did nothing all day. Through a long self-improvement arc, I changed to a money-addicted, not-so-fat kid who sometimes does productive things. Because of that transformation, I decided to start a self-improvement channel in hopes to make it out the mud with that. I posted videos for an entire year and then quit without making a single penny. This is not some rags to riches type of story, alright? I wish, bro. Now, sticking to an industry doesn't mean to keep doing that one thing even if it doesn't work out. It means staying in the same lane. In my case, posting trashy videos. Now, this particular side hustle didn't work out because this is how one of my videos looked like.
I hope I didn't offend you with that title. If you're offended, you kinda need it, bro.
But the good thing is, in every industry there are opportunities or gold mines that present themselves. And if you actually build the necessary skills for your industry, you'll be able to transfer those to the new opportunities and take advantage of them quickly. I quit that YouTube channel to not suddenly start drawing furry art, which would make serious money, bro, but to start a new YouTube channel about game development with a friend of mine. That was a good opportunity at the time. I had a year of editing and YouTube experience, and he already had years of coding experience. I then switched over to TikTok, which has been my biggest money maker so far, after I talked to a guy who made like 20 bands in a month by just doing that.
Everybody listen up, damn, I said that last time.
And now I'm doing this YouTube channel because I like finance content and I believe I actually have some solid things to talk about, in my humble opinion. All of these were opportunities that were only possible because I stuck with my industry and actually built the skills for them. If I went from content creation industry to the agency industry, even if there was a huge opportunity in that different field, I wouldn't be able to transfer my current skills. So I would have to start from zero again, which is a lot harder. Like imagine $1 is right in front of you, and instead of just taking that one, you decide to hop on a plane and travel to Kazakhstan to pick up a different dollar. Like you gotta be slow. From the outside it looked like young me just hopped from side hustle to side hustle. Self-improvement channel, then game development channel, then TikTok, and then YouTube again. But if we just think about it a bit, what actually happened is that I just tried out different shooter games. Yeah, they might have different mechanics, but if I got aim, I got aim, bro. Simple as that. I also could have chosen agencies or e-commerce as my game, which also have thousands of opportunities inside these industries. A moderator of my private community was actually the one who worded it that well. So shout out to him, I guess. And if you're in a similar situation as my younger self and actually want some structured help, you can click the first link in the description. 2 years ago, I subconsciously decided to stick with my industry. Now, the next thing I would tell myself, if I had actually utilized that sooner, I'd be chilling in a PJ with all them other rich guys, bro. And it's how to actually create gold mines or opportunities yourself. So understanding the concept of red ocean versus blue ocean. My dumbass who was posting these self-improvement videos was competing with a bunch of other guys in that industry for views. There's competition in every industry, right? We were all kind of talking about the same things. Mental health, discipline, and stuff like that. And all of our thumbnails and titles were kind of the same. Although mine were like way worse. I don't want to talk about that though. The intuitive way to compete with all these other guys would be to just kind of up the production quality. So make better thumbnails, better editing, etc. Just to have more watchable videos, you feel me? Following the strategy is like swimming in a red ocean with a bunch of other sharks. How could some 14, 15-year-old little turd fish compete with sharks that have 10 years on him talking about the same stuff? I was trapped in a red ocean. Now comes the blue ocean though. Instead of competing with all these other guys by following the mainstream and just trying to up the quality, you simply create a new ocean for yourself where there's no or little to no competition. It's like if you were suddenly the only guy on earth. And the only way to actually achieve that is by innovating. For my younger self who's doing self-improvement videos, I would simply have to stand out, right? So the little fish me, instead of trying to imitate these high-quality self-improvement thumbnails that all low-key look the same, I needed to break that pattern and innovate by having such a unique or weird thumbnail that nobody else has in my space. Instead of talking about discipline the way everybody else did, I needed to talk in such a unique way, use such unique examples and weird analogies that I'm basically the only guy doing it like that. Now, to be fair, everybody tells you to stand out, right? But if I had actually used my brain and thought about how to do it, I might have been at 100k subscribers already. If we take a step back from the content creation industry, right? Because you watching might do something completely different. Now, let's say the new trendy thing is to do agencies for local businesses, right? Because all of us have watched the same videos.
The more you're cognizant, the more that you're cognizant and you're aware of the more that you're
All of these new guys will enter this ocean in hopes to get some bread, and the ocean will slowly turn red. Because the only way to compete would be to put in more time, put in more work, and lower the price, just to have a better product or service. Y'all would be fighting for crumbs, bro.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Now you could do that, but instead of already fighting these big guys, some guys decided to do agencies for other types of content, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Instead of competing with thousands of agencies, harassing these local businesses, they created a market within that market that nobody else was competing in. So those brothers could eat, bro. If you want that fast motion, that fast growth, and you don't have 10 years of expertise in what you're doing, you simply have to create your own blue ocean. Some people innovate by having unique ideas and being creative and shit, but me personally, I'm just too stupid for that. The method I use is just mixing two already existing ideas together to make a new unique idea. And I get those already existing ideas by just looking at my environment, bro. I don't really go outside like that, so for me it's just mostly looking at my YouTube feed and just the internet in general. What strategy does this guy use? What does this other guy do? What does this guy do? And I make like a hybrid baby out of all of them. And if that idea actually brings new value, you're gonna be the guy who just created a new blue ocean, and you're also gonna be the new big shark in there. This YouTube channel, for example, is just a hybrid of a bunch of other ideas I just kinda copied from other guys. And that was also the case for my game development channel and my TikTok account. And also actually an Instagram account that I ran when I was like 12. It's like using such a weird ass strategy in a video game that just confuses the shit out of your enemies. And if that strategy is actually somewhat solid, you'll actually win with that more often than using the strategies that everybody else is doing.
Nah, man, I'm getting so triggered. Who the
Now, of course, combining two ideas together isn't always gonna work, but that's why you also need to experiment a ton in the beginning. Those were some of the things I would tell my younger self. And by using these methods, I'd be recording this in a penthouse, bro. If you want to learn about how to actually pick your industry, you can click on this video right here and check out the first link in the description.